Hey everybody, welcome to Cards and Sharps. How y'all doing? Good. All right, we are looking at a Civivi, and they're a nice box, and got the nice seal on it here. This is one of a few knives I just got in, and I have not taken a look at any of these until I do them on camera, so we'll have a look together. All right, this is the Civivi, and so far all of them I have ever gotten come in a nice carry case here with a nice little shining cloth, some instructions, and this one's got a sticker in it. A couple of stickers actually. So, see if you can have a look at that. Pretty cool. And for those of you who don't know, Civivi is the kind of the budget line for Wee knives, which is a higher end knife manufacturer in China. They make really nice stuff, but they do treat their budget line very nicely. As you can see, there's the Wee on the packaging there. And let's have a look at the Chronic. I ordered this one because you know, as you know, I like a thinner knife for everyday carry, and I do work in an office setting, so I kind of tend towards the knives that would fit just everyday carry in that kind of situation. And this is a very sleek looking knife. I had done the Civivi Backlash. It was a little bit larger knife. I got this one, kind of falls into the same category as some of the other knives I carry. Thinner, deep pocket clip, flipper, all the things that I tend to favor in a knife. So I brought this in to have a look and see what we get with this from Civivi. And this one will run you around $48 or so, $48 to $50, depending on where you get it. This is still considered in the budget range compared to, say, Wee knives, which those are a lot more expensive and get up into that premium price range. All right, let's take a look at some of the stats. This one is in the gray G10 scales. It has a nice grippy feel to it. It's got some texturing, and as you can see, it's a very non-threatening knife. Kind of would almost get into that gentleman knife category, in that you pull that out, you're not going to be scaring people too badly. Now, they might freak out a little bit with a flipper that opens so quickly, but as far as the design and shape of the knife, very non-threatening. Overall, we're looking at about just under 7.5 inches, 7.375. The blade's going to check in at 3.25 with a 3-inch cutting edge. It's got a little choil there, more of a sharpening choil, really not a... You carefully could put your finger in there if you need to get in there for some detail action, but really not too protected, so I'm going to say that's more for sharpening purposes. Blade width is 0.75 and the thickness of 0.12, which is pretty standard stuff. steel is a 9CR 18 MOV, which is in that budget steel range, which is it's a good serviceable steel. Won't hold an edge as well as your premium steels, but it's also pretty easy to sharpen. It feels like it comes pretty sharp out of the box here. Let's just grab a piece of paper and see what kind of cuts it will do right out of the box. Oh yeah, that's very sharp. Doesn't come out of the box much sharper than that one. So very nice there. Alright, and you can see it's a clip point with a hollow grind, and the handle is 4.125, and as I mentioned, it's G10, and it's got a stainless steel liner in it, and it does have don't know if you can really see it in there, but it is got some cutouts in the stainless to help bring the weight down. And we're going to have to see what the weight is. I did not see that in my specs, so let's just go ahead and weigh that right now. 2.52. So that definitely falls well in that range of weight-wise that I like to carry a knife. For my everyday carry, I like to stay in the 3 or less range. 4, depending on the knife, will work. Anything more than 4 ounces and it starts feeling a little heavy in the pocket. I save those for more outdoors type activities. It's got a nice fit and finish to it. The blade has no play or wiggle at all. The lockup is right at about 50%, and it does have a little jimping on the frame lock there, or liner lock, so that you can get a nice grip on it. So it's easy. You can do this knife very easily with one hand. The pocket clip really doesn't have any hot spot to it. The way just my finger fits right in that curve right there, so it doesn't really I don't really feel that little upturn there. As you can see, it's a deep carry clip, so it should hide down in your pocket pretty well. Got a little jimping on the flipper, so you get a good grip on that and a good firm flip. Does not have any jimping on the back, which I do like my jimping on the back just for that extra feeling of security and control. But I can forgive that if the knife feels well otherwise, and also if it's got good grip on the scales, and this one does. It's got some nice texturing, not too rough, doesn't feel real rough like it'll wear on your pockets too bad. The clip has got a nice stout spring, so it should hold firmly in your pocket. That's really nice action. It's not assisted opening like a la Kershaw or something like that, but it does have a very nice smooth action right out of the box. So it doesn't feel like it's going to need any break in. I can't tell. It looks like there might be brass washers in there in the pivot. Got a little bit of a spacer here, but otherwise it's open, so which will allow pocket fuzz and gunk to get in there, but also makes it fairly easy to clean, and it's spaced enough that easy enough to get a Q-tip in there without being too thick. It does feel good in my hand. I've got medium-sized hands, so that does have a, probably must have average-sized hands, because a lot of these knives in this size range just fit me perfectly. So let's compare it now to some other knives that size-wise. There's the Delica. You can see it's going to be about the same length, but it definitely has a slimmer blade and slimmer in the handle as well, and not going to take up a lot of it's not as much pocket real estate as, say, the Delica. As far as you can see, the blade disappears pretty much into the handle and closed as compared to the Delica. So this one would share the pocket space a little better. Another knife you folks may be familiar with, just go with a larger knife here. This is the Rat 1, and you can see it's going to be quite a bit smaller than that. Now the Rat is one that the Rat 1 definitely is bigger than what I will carry on a daily basis, but I do use it if I'm going outdoors or something like that. But if I do decide to carry a Rat daily, I do with the Rat 2, and as you can see, now we're getting in size-wise, it's going to be more comparable with the Rat 2. It's actually a little longer. The little handles are about the same, but the blade appears to be just a bit longer, but it's still a little, sort of like the Delica. It's got a slimmer handle than the Rat 2, and though the blade disappears into the Rat, not as much as it does in the Chronic here. So you can see, again, you're going to be using a little less pocket space, and weight-wise, these two are pretty similar. The Rat 1 was quite a bit heavier. All right, let's see what else. If there's anything we really love or we really do not like. The action, as I said, is just really sweet on this knife. I could see carrying this one on a daily basis, no problem at all. I like the shape of that blade. It's non-threatening, but it has almost like just a little more curl there. It almost go into like a Turkish clip, but so it gives it just a little distinction over some other knives. And the gray is a little muted, but there again, I got this in to take a look for those of you that might be looking for something that is non-threatening and that kind of thing, with for office type situations, but still have a good usable blade. It does appear that the pocket clip is movable to either side for ambidextrous action. Not that I don't know that it would really matter to lefties. I don't know if they'd want to bother changing it, since it's a flipper. It's almost inherently ambidextrous anyway, because you're going to be able to, no matter how it's in your pocket, you're going to pull it out and be able to flip it. It's got just a little bit of a lanyard. I guess that's what that is. A little lanyard hole, a little place to put a lanyard. I don't know that. It's pretty thin, so you wouldn't be able to get much of a lanyard in there. Just maybe something, maybe put a lanyard, kind of like I do on some knives, do a lanyard and do a ring, and you could probably get the ring in there and it'd be ringing out like that. The only problem with that, those will tend to flip around there, and you go to flip it, and it kind of hold your blade in. So I would probably go lanyardless on this for sure. All right, and importantly, not mentioned, it is tip-up carry only. Does not even have any place to put the clip up for tip down. So correct orientation on that as far as I'm concerned. So there you go. That is the Civivi Chronic with all the typical Civivi stuff that comes with it. I really, for the price range, really think they seem to do a pretty good job of providing a good value with a good product, and then they throw in some touches that make it feel like you're getting more into the premium range. So definitely we'll be bringing some more Civivis in, and this one very likely will be in my everyday rotation. And I'll maybe report back to you guys later, and after I've had a chance to carry this in a while, to let you know what I think and see if I change my mind on it any at all. But right now, as you guys know, I love knives, and hard for me to find anything I don't like, or that I can't, find good things about pretty much every knife. But I really would have to stretch, I think, to find anything I do not like about this knife. All right, there you have it. Civivi Chronic. We'll see you guys next time.